Assalamu alaikum, Maya.
Walaikum assalam. Nice to hear from you again. What's on your mind today?
What do say man and why do people use it?
You mean what's the matter? I think it's just a way people show they care. Like when something's obviously bothering you, they're offering a space to talk about it. But it's interesting you ask because the phrase actually comes from a really basic place, trying to figure out what's wrong with something physically. Back in the day, matter meant the actual stuff things are made of, like wood or metal. So, literally, what's the matter was about finding out what piece was broken. Does that make sense?
Where did the word same original come from?
Hmm. I'm not catching that. Could you try rephrasing that? I'm hearing maybe same or something like that, but I want to make sure I've got it right.
How has same changed our
Got it. You're still thinking about how the meaning of matter has changed over time. It's kind of wild, actually. Originally, matter was just about physical stuff, the stuff you could touch, right? But then scientists started realizing that everything, and I mean everything, is made of matter in different forms. That shift in understanding totally changed how we see the world and how we approach medicine, engineering, basically anything scientific. It also got a bit more philosophical too. People started asking what makes us matter, what gives us purpose. Did that come out right?
why is self-honest considered a universal cube command?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat that about self confidence?
How do different countries use them?
I think you might be asking about how different cultures show concern or ask what's the matter. Languages definitely have different ways of doing it. In Spanish, they'd say, de qué pasa? Literally, what's happening? French has, qu'est ce qui ne va pas? What's not going well? And I learned the other day that in Japanese, they might ask, doshita no, which translates roughly to, what happened? There's something so universal about that impulse to check in on someone when they seem off, isn't there?
Is she the same in every language?
You mean the phrase, what's the matter? Honestly, I don't think there's one single way it translates across languages. Like each culture has slightly different ways of showing caring concern, you know? In some languages, you're asking what happened, and others, what's going wrong. It's about that core impulse to connect when someone seems down or hurt.
Why do parents often use she with children?
Mm, I'm really not following what you mean by parents obtain new sheep with children. Could you say that another way? I'm getting lost in what you're trying to ask.
How is she connected to science and dis- discipline?
Oh, hey there. Just letting you know our call is wrapping up. We're about to hit that 5 minute mark. Feel free to call back later if you want to keep chatting. I think I missed whatever you were asking about with silence lines and disc. Oh, could you try saying that again when we talk next time?
When did she first appear in your writing language?
Sounds like something you wanted to chat about next time. Catch you later.
How has media influenced the use of she?
Sorry, I'm not quite following. That sounded like another language. Could you repeat what you were saying in English?
Why is she common in libraries, and school. When did she first appear in writing language?
Hmm. I'm not sure what you mean by she. Could you clarify who or what you're referring to? Are you asking about a specific word, concept, or maybe a character in writing?
Why is she common in libraries and school?
I'm still a little unclear on who she is here. Are you talking about a particular book, character, or something else entirely? Libraries and schools have lots of stories and ideas, so I want to make sure I understand what you're asking about exactly.
What role does body language play when saying she?
I'm really not following what you mean by body language players saving. Could you try rephrasing that for me? It's not coming through clearly what you're asking about.
Can she be considered read in some station?
I'm so lost. I'm hearing bits and pieces, but can't quite piece it together. Could you try saying that again, maybe a bit slower? It sounds like maybe something about reading on a street or station, but I'm definitely missing parts of what you're saying.
How do movies and cartoons use she?
Okay, I think I got some pieces of that, but I'm still not completely sure. Was that something about no meat and maybe balloons and sheep? That sounds like a really random combination. Could you try rephrasing the whole thing for me? Maybe start with what you're generally thinking about?
Why is she affection without many words?
Ah, so she is someone who's affectionate but not very verbal? That's really interesting. It sounds like you're thinking about a specific person, a partner, family member, maybe. I'm curious what made you start thinking about this particular dynamic.
How has social media changed the meaning of she?
Okay, so you're wondering if the media, movies, TV, news, things like that can change how we understand who she is? Like if the way a woman is portrayed in movies shapes how we see women in general? That's actually a pretty powerful question. It's true that media can definitely influence our expectations or biases about people. What got you thinking about that in particular?
Dairy ultrasound sound to she in other countries.
I'm still catching snippets here. I think I'm hearing something about daily attraction and seeing things in other countries. But the transcription is pretty broken up. Maybe you could try saying just one part of your thought instead of trying to pack everything into one sentence.
How do teachers use she in classroom?
Okay, now I think I'm getting somewhere. You're asking how teachers use she in the classroom? Are you wondering if they use it as an example when teaching grammar, or maybe you mean something different? Like how teachers talk about female students or characters in stories. Hey, just a heads up, we're about to hit the 5-minute mark for our call, so it'll wrap up soon. Feel free to call back anytime if you want to keep chatting.
Why is she often linked with cigarette?
I'm really not sure what you were saying with the transcription issues there. I'm getting obtaining me and something about cigarette, but I am definitely missing the full thought. What were you trying to ask about?
How do tone affect the meaning of she?
Okay, this is tough to decipher. I'm hearing lower temperature and sheep. but I'm really lost on the connection. Maybe you're asking about something completely different. This feels like it could be a bit of a word mix up from what I'm picking up.